My generals and angels, I'm about to share a very personal story with you guys. I was about 6, going on 7, when my grandma asked me, "When are you going to stop wetting the bed, little tiger?" I replied, "I don't know, Grandma. I am really trying." And I was trying, y'all. That night before I went to sleep, my grandma took all the necessary steps to prevent me from wetting the bed. She made sure that I went to the toilet before bed. She told me that I won't be getting any drink before bed. Huh? I was thinking, I don't want to miss out on my warm chocolate, so I pleaded with my grandma for hours. I pleaded. I promised I wouldn't wet the bed. Please, can I have my hot chocolate? I promise I will get up and use the chimney. In England, they call it a potty. In them days, inside toilet wasn't so popular, especially when you're living in the countryside. Some people had a bathroom suite built onto their houses, but those were the most recently built ones. The older houses had an outside toilet, otherwise called a latrine. This latrine can be located anywhere from 30 to 50 meters from the house to avoid the stench. Just to give you a mental picture of the challenges you had to face getting to the latrine at night. Picture this. If you had an emergency in the middle of the night and you needed to go, and like they say, when you gotta go, yo. As if getting to the latrine in the night wasn't already a mission itself. You had to contend with the darkness because in them days, there wasn't any electricity in the country, so you had to use a lamp or a bottle torch. To make a bottle torch, you required kerosene oil. A bottle, a piece of cloth or paper, folded tightly and stuffed into the bottle. Then light it. If it was a full moon, you only needed the torch inside the latrine. You had to skip over toads, frogs, and all sorts of insects before getting to the latrine itself. It was like making your way through an obstacle course, and at the same time, so many things are going through your mind, y'all, like ghost and the whole works. And that's not all. You can't even do your thing comfortably because the toilet is a small wooden box with zinc roof, built for one person over a hole dug 15 to 20 feet deep. The hole is packed with rocks around the side to support it and to prevent the dirt from caving in. There were roaches, mice, lizards, creepy crawly, and all sorts of insects crawling out of it. Let's say a hole land on the top of the toilet while you are about to offload. You want to cut that shh and run back inside, y'all. My older siblings had gone through it. Good thing my grandma never let me go out there alone in the night. My generals and angels, can you relate? My grandma finally gives in and let me have my hot chocolate, but not before a stern warning. I love my grandma so much. She is the best. That night, I made sure I used the chimney before bed. Grandma even spread a piece of plastic to stop the wee from soaking through to the mattress. I was so sure I wasn't going to wet the bed, y'all. I was thinking, you don't need the plastic, Grandma. My generals and angels, I was determined not to wet the bed because I didn't want to disappoint my grandma. And of course, I didn't want her to put it on me either. I didn't always wet the bed, but I hoped that night was one of my dry nights. I lay there listening to the owls hoot, the toads croak, and the crickets chirping. Wow, such a relaxing combination of sounds. I fell asleep. I had the sweetest dream about my mother. She came back home to live with us. She finally bought me that bicycle she promised me. She told me some exciting stories about England and how much she missed me. So much hugs and kisses. What is he doing here? It's the bald-headed, crow-beak-like nose dude. In my dreams. This is turning out to be a nightmare, y'all. I went to use the chimney, or so I thought I did. Oh, such a warm feeling of relief. Oh no! I wet the bed again. Grandma is going to put it on me, yo. I literally thought I was using the chimney. It's a good thing Grandma spread the plastic on the bed. That's what you call thinking ahead, because it prevented the wee from soaking through. I woke up soaking wet, dripping like I went for a swim. What am I going to do, y'all? I took the wet clothes off and hid it and changed the sheet the best way I could. Grandma didn't notice a thing. She even complimented me for spreading the bed, y'all. I got away with it. What's for breakfast, Grandma? Plantain, ackee and saltfish with fried dumpling and cocoa. Yummy. I love Grandma cooking. Just as I was about to sit down, Grandma said, "Did you wet the bed, little tiger?" I thought long and hard. Then I replied, "No." Grandma put the belt on the table. That in itself was a mental beating, y'all. I was so scared I almost wet myself again. Then she asked the same question again, but this time she asked with a different tone of voice. And at the same time she gave me the mad look. "Did you wet the bed?" I absolutely didn't want to lie to Grandma, but I had to stick to my original answer, y'all. "No," I replied. Grandma took 2 steps towards me. It's like I was frozen. I couldn't move, y'all. She grabbed me and put me over her knees and pulled my shorts down. My generals and angels. Have you ever heard of the statement beating? It's when you get a hit for every word in a sentence. You better pray it's a short statement. This was Grandma's statement while she was beating me. "Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord." My generals and angels. I pissed myself before I even get the first one. I couldn't sit down for 2 days. Even Grandma herself felt sorry for me. She hugged me and said, "The reason why I beat you wasn't because you wet the bed. It's for the lie. My generals and angels. Telling the truth is important to my grandma. Take responsibility for your action. It's a virtue. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Wakey, wakey, little tiger." My generals and angels. It was a dream, yo. I didn't wet the bed, yo. Phew. I told my grandma about my dreams, but I left out the part about the bed wetting. My generals and angels, I appreciate your support. Please subscribe to my channel to help me to put out more contents. Please share my animation stories. And don't forget to hit up the notification bell to be one of the first to see my next video. Thanks for watching, y'all.